My name's Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be continuing with the Ascension 15 Heartbreaker Chronicle for the Watcher. We're almost done. We're almost to the point that we can play other characters again. Woo! 2 new common potions have been added. Blessing of the Forge as well as the Colorless Potion. Is Blessing of the Forge literally like it upgrades a random card in your deck? Because if it is, I am super on board. Okay, and the rest of those didn't really get affected. Alright, let's have a look. It should be in Compendium Potion Lab. Blessing of the Forge. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of the combat. Okay. Oh well. And the Colorless Potion, exactly what you might expect. Add one of 3 random colorless cards to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Well, they're not that great. Lose all gold to remove 2 cards. Yeah, I gotta. There's a path with 4 elites that I actually really like the look of. Even has midline rests. That's not usual. Alright. We'll have lethal next turn. Reach Heaven, Bowling Bash. Reach Heaven's really good for the elites. All of the elites. Bowling Bash is really good for one of the elites. Beautiful. Should be fine now. Swift Potion as well as Conclude, Consecrate, and Halt. Conclude has a little bit of appeal to me right now. Literally just to make up for the fact that I passed up Bowling Bash just a moment ago. This is unfortunate. Actually, it's fine. We'll only end up taking 1 damage because Eruption is on the bottom here with Through Violence. Into Fortress, Empty Body, Rush Down. Pass those. Hopefully that ends up saving us more HP than it cost. I'd be surprised though. Would be very surprised if that ended up being the case. Evaluate. Signature move. I'll take Evaluate as just a little bit of a way to defend myself here. So now I know Reach Heaven is guaranteed to be in my next hand. I also desperately want Eruption. I'm gonna take 7 this turn for the possibility of holding my Swift Potion. Yikes. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn, as well as Distilled Chaos. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. We'll also take Bowling Bash now, and then immediately rest here. Go for another elite. I think we can do this. Evaluate and Vigilance on turn 1 is basically as good as that could have gotten. Let's roll Insight. Damn it. Again, not really what I was looking for here. I wanted Reach Heaven already. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Eruption, Reach Heaven, Strike, Miracle, Bowling Bash, play the top 3 cards of my draw pile. And we should be able to just kill. Yeah. Sweet! Prayer Wheel, normal name is drop an additional card ward. Hell yes, this early as well. And there's a Protect here for us if we want it. Simmering Fury is pretty good with the Reach Heaven. Should let us set up a lot for lethal. Captain's Wheel at the end, at the start of your 3rd turn, gain 18 block. I really like that. Let's rest again. Heals me for 14 here, or remove a card. We'll go for removing a card. And 1 more elite, and then there's even another elite afterwards. Oh, it's gonna be so good. This one's not great. This turn, at least. But we're full blocked for this one. All right. Now it's... So Bowling Bash is 21-42 to a target right now. 9 and 12 is clearly not enough. It's fine as long as I end up using the evaluate this turn as well, right? So... I mean, I could use Simmering Fury to try and scry for my next hand. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Beautiful. Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. We are getting so many great weapons here. Conjure Blade. Is this a Conjure Blade deck? I don't know if it is. It could be a worship deck. No problem putting that in there. Especially knowing how much AoE we're going to come up against next floor. We're going to need that upgraded. So my Worship Simmering Fury here is just a setup for trying to get through the deck a lot faster. I guess I intend Vigilance. I should have attacked last turn, I guess. Because Vigilance has to be one of the cards I cast here, and so does Reach Heaven. Obviously in the opposite order, Ryan. 10 more damage, please. Alright. Inside, we'll go into Worship. Through Violence, Bowling Bash, conclude. There we go. Didn't end up mattering regardless. Vajra, great pickup there. I think I will pass these. Yes, I'm passing Perseverance. I think I might have overestimated it before. I'm not certain yet, though. Just hoping for Early Eruption, really. Speaking of, hello, Early Eruption. I'll put Worship in my next cycle of the deck. Do I just die right now? No, 32 splits the enemy. It's fine. Oh, that would have been awful. All right. Let's... murder basically each of you. And conclude. Oh, lovely. Daviform, Establishment, and Master Reality. So I only have one thing that currently shuffles another thing into my deck. That's the Through Violence, and that only gets 5 more damage. Daviform, I don't think we need the energy from Daviform for this deck right now. Establishment, cards that are retained. I mean, cards that are retained currently only include Through Violence, which is already 0 cost, and Worship. I don't think any of these currently fit our deck. I think if we're going to make any of them fit our deck, we should probably make Master Reality fit the deck. Violet Lotus, whenever you exit Calm, gain an additional energy. That's difficult. I'm going to take the Ectoplasm. We're already really far from a Calm trigger deck. A consistent Calm trigger deck, at least. Okay. 3 elites no matter what path I take. I can take a path that will give me 2 card removals early. Let's do that. Defend, evaluate. I'm gonna Simmering Fury as well. And conclude here. Yes, this turn becomes much more dangerous for us. Thankfully, it's pretty clear that we're not going to suffer the dangers of it. All right. That'll do. Deceive Reality. Add a safety into your hand. So that's a good combo. The Master Reality. I mean, Evaluate is also a card that gets upgraded that I'd been ignoring prior. So that's my bad. Yeah, I'm definitely not losing all of my gold right here. I came on this side of the map because I need to use all of my gold already on other things. So 17 becomes 34. So that's lethal. Hell yeah. Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Another Deceive Reality. This one's pre-upgraded. Lovely. That's the defense we kind of needed as well. I can take a Relic here and then immediately remove Wraith from the deck in the next space. But I think I want to, like, cut every card, like, these normal defense, especially in favor of these Deceive Realities. And have Master Reality do all of its effect for us. I'll take the Relic. Hey, Horncleat at the start of your second turn, gain 14 block. Lovely. It's the first 2 turns we've bought ourselves like a lot of time. This is the Golden Eye. Whenever you scry 2 additional cards. I've never seen this before in my life. Interesting. All right, our opening hand can't have another card in it at this point. Evaluate for adding upgraded insights into my deck. I don't know if I need them. I think I have enough defense in this deck right now. I think we need offense now. Do I actually take these? So I'm heavily blocked on turn 1, weakness to all enemies. Turn 2, Horncleat. Turn 3, Captain's Wheel. So unless these apparitions are upgraded, I'm usually going to waste them on turns where I'm otherwise already quite healthy. And I don't know if I can prioritize them as upgrades. Like, Master Reality, Worship, and Simmering Fury all desperately want upgrades. I think I can. Apparition this turn means nothing. May as well get the mantra out so that when we cycle back around, we can actually activate it. Probably going to weaken the backliner here. Master Reality, Deceive Reality, and then Safety, I guess? Yeah, and then we'll just bowling bash the frontliner. Never mind. Okay, I'll Apparition and then Simmering Fury to guarantee that I have an Apparition the next stand as well. So even if the enemy does attack, we're all fine. Never mind, they don't. I gotta get out of that mode before I end the turn with the conclusion there. We're going to cover a pretty large hit here. But we know somewhere in this deck, there's the mantra. There we go. 93 damage. That'll do. If only it had been touch earlier. Old coin, a pumping up. I hate you so much. This is so maddening. Wave of the hand, I do like that, weakening all the enemies. Old coin, upon pickup, gain 300 gold. We can't do that. We're not allowed. Thanks, game! Much appreciated. Fasting appeals to me a lot. After I reach my equilibrium, fasting is like fine for me, I think. But I can't just buy Panacea. No, I'm not losing either of those relics. I don't really like Nos Gift. Not unless it asks for something completely garbage. Do I ever give it up? Alright. We'll rest here and go for another elite. I'm admittedly quite scared. Just weaken everyone for a long time here. As well as gain an extra energy next turn. Apparition again naturally. Let's go Deceive Reality. Simmering to get a conclude out there. Thankfully, we're not weakened, so conclude is already ridiculous. And we will polish you off with basically anything. Lovely. Mango, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. Very, very, very glad to see that. I was quite threatened already. Alright, these are going to take the rest of my money, basically, at this point. I can enter Eruption at the end of my turn? What's wrong with it? I'm intangible. And intangible again. I love conclusion just being used to conclude the fights. Devotion definitely. Don't think we need any of the rest of those though. I don't really know overall how well this deck is going to do. I don't think it's going to do okay next floor. If I had to guess, I would say that's pretty much where it ends for us. I'm going to go for defending next turn. Beautiful. Because I can just wait for the turn of devotion before I do anything. Master Reality. Fasting. Okay, all of that could have been better at least, though. I hate that we got... Did we get Reach Heaven at the bottom? No, we didn't. We just, I guess, didn't play Reach Heaven on the first cycle. Huh. Oops. Another conclude, another bowling bash, another evaluate. No, I think I will be passing all of those. Keep the deck a little thin here. Probably going to end up weakening this enemy if I had to guess. Devotion, Wave of the Hand, Deceive Reality, Vigilance, definitely. Alright, decent amount of weakening on the enemies. I can't use Simmering for her yet. Definitely can't. Okay, Worship definitely gets played this turn. Let's go double Apparition, Worship. I've also got to Reach Heaven. I can't Deceive Reality here, but I have to Reach Heaven. Because now I have Through Violence that's going to be activated on the turn that I have Mantra. I also have Intangibility this turn, so I should actually go all out in terms of my other attacks. Got him. Bronze Scales. At the start of each combat, gain 3 Thorns, as well as Fear No Evil, Halt, and Crescendo. Fear No Evil? Way to enter Calm. Sure. I'll take it. Why not? Get Devotion upgraded. That's going to be very important against bosses. Yeah, I just do not know ultimately what this deck is going to do. I'm trying so hard to find it, though. I'm sure it can do something. Maybe we need some more Carve Realities or something like that. Alright, so we go off next turn. Which is extremely unfortunate. There we go. What a good turn. At least we do have these safeties for the future. Okay. Let's worship just for the energy right now. Deceive reality, deceive reality. Strike. The enemy's not going to be attacking next turn, so I'm going to Simmering Fury here, looking for aggression. Play one of those and then conclude. I knew they weren't going to attack this turn because they just attacked the previous turn. Or rather, 2 times in the 2 previous turns, and they can't use the same attack 3 times in a row. Got him. If we had a Ritual Dagger, I would feel a lot better about this build. I can't take, like, a Master Reality, but I guess I can take Alpha. Shuffle stuff into my deck. Or maybe I go Vault. Yeah, I'll just go Vault. It's fine. Just pass the turn. I mean, with the cost of the stuff in our deck, we could go for this Neko Eye. Retaining every card every turn doesn't really help us that much. Yeah, it doesn't really help us that much. And limiting the amount of cards that we can play in a turn could be a problem. It's not super likely to be a problem, but it could be a problem for us. Sneko Eye already having an energy relic as well. This also gives me a way to win. I'm drawing 2 extra cards per turn, so I'm getting a lot of extra value out of that. But on top of that, I now have a lot of expensive cards that I can include in this deck without too much of a negative. Go for the Deceive Reality. Yes. Bowling Bash. Apparition, Simmering Fury. Just look for aggression next turn. That'll do. The Bowling Bash and the Flying Sleeves, and a third eye that I don't want either. Reach Heaven. Reach Heaven's a little worse now that it's shuffling a 0 cost into my deck that I don't actually want in my deck. Well, I guess it's still fine. It's just I don't really want it. Alright. Let's go for the block from all of those, because it's pretty easy to get. Another Mantra already makes this deck significantly better at this point. Guess this one's Devotion. Defend Vaults. Just pass the turn incomplete. I mean, as long as the Apparition triggers, it's fine. No matter what I do, basically, this turn. Trying to bring everyone kind of equally low. The backliner dies this turn, though. So I had better be able to wrap it up. And can. Like water, if you're in calm at the end of your turn, no, we're not going to take evaluate here as well. It shuffles insights into my deck that I don't want there. Study shuffles insights into my deck that I don't want there because they're 0 cost. Strike. Definitely just lose 2 max HP. It's a tiny, tiny downside there. Please don't curse me. Of course. But of course. There's our Hurt and Decay. Yeah, I am still on a path that can get elites. Good. Important to know that. I'm going to recall here. We might have more important things to do with all of the rests later on. In fact, it seems likely. I'm definitely not going aggressive here on the first turn because the enemy can't take damage on the second turn. Devotion. Evaluate. I mean, there's no reason not to play the apparition, right? Let's go Master Reality into Fasting. Insight draws a couple more cards for us. Ooh, Apparition. Thank you. I think I do want to Worship and then Vault this turn. Worship, Fear No Evil, Reach Heaven, Vault. So the enemy's still not out of intangibility. And great. Now I've got 102 damage on that through violence. Perfect. I'll also Apparition and Worship, and I think even Vigilance here at the end of the turn, just to get back into this form. And back into Devotion. Hopefully I have some attacks. Those will do. Bag of Marbles at the start of his combat apply with 1 vulnerable to all enemies, as well as another Devotion. This Devotion does actually need to be prioritized for an upgrade. We're basically devoted every second turn now. Blood Vial, at the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP, while I would love to. I'd also like to go to the heart, or at least give myself the opportunity. I mean, there's no reason to Eruption or Simmering Fury here. Should have played the Apparition, though. I'll happily take that 3. It's probably a better order in which to play those cards, actually. Ugh. I kind of want to Worship and then Vault. Shouldn't Worship then Vault. Why am I passing down this turn? Why would I Worship this turn? Yeah, I definitely don't Worship this turn. There's our extra Devotion. All right. Now we will have Devotion, or rather, what's the starts called again? Divinity, yes, for the next 2 turns. Through Violence. We need more attacks in this deck at this point, I think. I think that's a key part of all of this. We just need more attacks. I'm gonna Miracle to... No, I can't go from Devotion into Devotion. Never mind. Alright, fine. I'll... Ah, damn it. I guess I should have defended before the vault. That's my bad. Buy more. Sashwit would be more appealing if I didn't already have the other Wave of the Hand. It's already kind of fulfilling the same role for me. Apparition and then nothing. So they die on the Thorns, or they would have died to the Mercury Hourglass otherwise. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. Yeah, let's just go Vigilance. Thank heck that Apparition turned up in this turn. Yikes, that could have been awful. Alright. Do 72 damage where it's needed. Beautiful. Although now I'm weakened and the backliner is still around, I've noticed. Still present. It's Devotion, Bowling Bash to the frontliner, and then Fear No Evil the backliner. So that gets me into this Calm Stance, which I will immediately leave, gaining a bunch of extra energy that I can't really use for anything, other than, I guess, weakening all of my enemies this time. I definitely need more attacks. Alright. We're fine now. But face turn, when we play a power card, heal for 2 HP, as well as... No. Also, like, it seems to me that all of the through violences that I've drawn have cost 0. I don't know why that is. I suspect it's not actually the case. I'm just forgetting counterexamples. Alright. I mean, being able to play every card in a turn is pretty damn good. Find me the Devotions. Both of them this turn. Damn, neither. And I was so clear. Alright, Eruption. Strike. Reach Heaven. Evaluate Vault. Let's go Devotion, defend, Miracle through Violence, and then Fear No Evil to round out the turn. Excellent. There's our extra Devotion. We'll be in Divinity next turn, so what do I want to do? Just have a bunch of defensive cards still in my hand this turn, so I Insight. Great. Oh, that's perfect. So I weaken the enemy a couple times there, and I make sure that most of the rest of my deck is aggressive. Smallest to largest, just in case it should matter. Hey, there's a through violence that actually has a cost. They're still worthwhile, I think. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Bit too late. Windmill Strike, also a bit too late, I think. Master Reality lowering its cost doesn't help us. Worship being retained is a little bit helpful. Wave of the Hand being upgraded is incredibly helpful. Can't believe I ignored this one so far. Oh, double Devotion on the first turn. Now that is perfection. We could already be in Devotion next turn. We're not, but we could have been. Wave of the Hand, Deceive. I want to go Eruption, Strike, Vault. Because I entered Divinity at the start of this turn. Fasting hits an Insight. Hopefully... Oh. That unfortunately did not hit any more cards that I wanted to play there. Another Apparition would be nice. That would be nice. I probably could have Simmering Fury at the end of that turn as well, actually. My bad. Although that's ultimately not going to matter, considering... considering how well the next turn went. Alright. Let's go Violence and Fear No Evil. I'll take the damage to decay. Self-damage. So it doesn't even count against my score. True binders conclude. Beautiful. All right. I can't do really anything in the shop. I don't really know how this is going to go up against the heart, but yeah. Ritual potion will be nice. I've been holding that this entire time, intentionally. Upgrading an apparition so that it might turn up at the right time could be really helpful. Nope. Let's go Master Reality. Reach Heaven, Bowling Bash. Let's Vigilance Apparition and conclude. In particular that because I wanted to be in calm so that if I do enter Eruption, I get a lot of extra energy on my way in. It's fine, it'll work with Devotion now as well. Okay, we have an apparition next turn. Thank heck. This Vault is going to get us there as well. Alright. Let's Vault through that turn rather than take a trillion damage. I can Worship here. Yeah. Worship, and then I can... I kind of just want to through violence and then conclude. I can do that. I take 2 damage, but basically the fight ends. Totally worth. Turnip, you can no longer become frail. Actually really neat. Ability to weaken the enemy for longer would be neat, but Power Potion's probably stronger, and then we'll pass by those. I can't play another Fasting. Not without a way to get out of the effect, no. Okay. Let's go. Master Reality, Evaluate. Devotion hits Devotion. Great. At least I'm not frail. Okay, I do have the ability to worship this turn. I don't want to, though. Doesn't seem like it'd help me at all. Seems, in fact, more like I want to vault right now. It's fasting, and then vigilance, deceive reality. I should have feared no feared. Alright. That could have been a lot worse. Especially for a turn where I'm vulnerable and I don't even defend myself using an apparition. Speaking of apparition, let's use an apparition. We're doing a lot better than I expected so far. We did get pretty good draw orders, though. Okay. If I play both of these apparitions, then I can Simmering Fury and try and go very aggressive the turn after. Okay. Let's go for the free defend. Reach Heavens, strike. Conclude Eruption, I think? Yeah, because I actually will be back into Devotion next turn. Oh, Eruption conclude, obviously. Can't play both of those. Alright. Wave of the hand, through violence. It's also quickly vigilance. Insight, and no more defense. Incoming damage is 60, so I'm already dead. I needed the enemy to actually be weakened there, so I needed more block played, which means that I would have needed to hoard safeties on prior turns, so not going aggressive the turn previous, but that was hopefully going to help us kill the heart after that next attack. I don't know if I would have had another opportunity to go as aggressive as I had previously. Honestly, a lot closer than I thought that was going to get. Probably only really got there off of the strength of having the Devotion engine providing most of our energy as well as the Snecko Eye there in the end game. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.